Continuing adventures of my 90s roommate Kevin. Here are a few more stories about my old roommate Kevin. Some of these aren't as Kevin-esque as the first ones, but amusing and worth telling all the same. Kevin takes up jogging. So Kevin met a boy online. Kevin was a people pleaser, so when someone said they liked something, he enthusiastically said he liked it too. Now this can backfire in a number of ways, but in this case, it was kind of epic. The boy said he liked to jog. Kevin was quick to agree. Jogging was great. Kevin had never jogged a day in his life. He ate mostly fast food and coffee, and frequently went to bed with 2 liters of Coke and a bag of cookies or chips. Somehow he was skinny as a rail. My theory was malnutrition. So the boy says, "We should jog together!" And quat. Kevin enthusiastically agrees. This allowed him to do 2 things he liked: go out with a hot boy, and buy new accessories. Kevin came home from the mall with new clothes, shoes, etc. for running. He spent hundreds. He sets up a date with the guy to go jogging. That lasted 1 day. Not only could he not keep up, but he hadn't realized that a lot of people jog early in the morning. I just laughed. The goth bar. You know how you have that one thing you got super drunk on, subsequently super sick on, and then can never drink again? For Kevin, it was cinnamon schnapps, and he didn't even wait a week to test the theory. The weekend prior, he'd been on vacation in the US and had spent his last night there vomiting so violently that he actually burst a blood vessel. So, needless to say, when we went out clubbing, that's what he chose to order. Now, a few things about the club we went to. It was a local goth club. At the time, there were 2 main ones, the nicer one, and this one. This one was known for not even having running water in the bathrooms. So Kevin orders his shot, throws it back, and his body immediately responds with "Not today, Satan." He spews it out his nose. Now, his sinuses are on fire and he's covered in schnapps. He still hasn't even walked away from the bar. I mentioned the running water part for 2 reasons. 1. There was no water to clean up with. 2. The bar didn't even have napkins, toilet paper, or anything else to offer him. He had to use the bar rag to wipe himself up. Kevin buys a bike. I come home and there's a bike in my living room. I ask him why it's there. He says he's going to ride it every day. After weeks of it sitting there collecting dust, I finally had to demand that it be put out on the balcony. The scooter. When those little razor scooters first became popular, Kevin spent months sourcing out the perfect one. Then, he never bought it because it wasn't cool anymore. Kevin wants to go to grad school. Kevin worked at a bank. As you may recall from my previous stories, he had attempted 2 prior degrees and never finished either. In fact, he did the last semester of his 4th year twice and just never finished the final classes. One day he announces that he wants to get an MBA. So I point out that he needs to get an undergrad first. My boyfriend, now husband, then pointed out that he'd have to actually finish the MBA, too. Kevin, offended, said, "I finished things!" And quat. We proceeded to list all the things he didn't finish. Degree 1, Degree 2, the book club, the gym membership, jogging, the scooter, the bike, etc. Horns. Kevin once let us hot glue paper horns to his head because the tape he was using wouldn't stick. No, there was no reason why he was wearing paper horns. Presentations are a drag. So we needed to do a presentation for a class in university. It was a team project. We were paired up with 2 other classmates and prepared the presentation. On the day of the presentation, Kevin shows up in a dress and wig. He had decided he was going to do the presentation in drag. None of the rest of us had been made aware of this until it was too late. We had to do a presentation where the rest of the class was completely serious, and he was in a formal gown.